this? What's your type?
Oh.
Okay. So we having some difficulties with Sierra's audio, unfortunately. So, hello, it is me. I'm Desirux. I'm your host. This is my colorcaster and play-by-play caster right here, Joshi. Joshi, how you doing?
I'm feeling great. As a new play-by-play caster, I feel like you don't have to think about the stream as much. Let's go.
Yeah. We are going to get Sierra back in just a moment, so don't you worry. We are running some segments in between these games while the players do cool down and get ready for the next rift.
Can everyone hear me?
Find out if Sierra's back. Do we got her back?
Can you hear me?
Back?
Hey, we got her back. We got her back.
We're back. We're back.
Here's your position.
We got you back.
Hello, everyone. I was a little scared there for a second. I'd prepared a wicked segment, and I was getting a little worried that I couldn't run it. Nah, we're good, though. We're good. You two already know what's ahead. Spooky times. I'm going to put you two against each other again, as it is time for a CAD party. I wish I came up with a better name of this. Classic game show. Yesterday, Joshi absolutely slayed the questions that I had, but considering that we have a bigger board this time, Desirux, I'm hoping that you can step up to the challenge here. Do you think that today's your day?
What are you coming at me for that? I was the one who got the perfect score in the game versus Joshi.
Okay,
yesterday.
that's
What
true.
do you mean? What do you mean? Come on. I'm confident.
I was talking about the who's the player before that. Okay, you leave a very valid point. All right, let's pull up the game board and see what we are going to be dealing with heading into a CAD party.
Oh.
I have the greatest questions here. Desirux, we'll start with you though to pick a category and pick an amount.
These are very different than the categories I remember seeing.
Because I didn't rate the other board. I will say too, I will quickly touch on the rules. Since I cannot ship buzzers out to our contestants fast enough, whoever shouts the answer the fastest and loudest is going to get it right or wrong. If you do get it wrong, you're going to get points subtracted. If you get it right, you get the points and you get to pick the next question. So, just a little refresher.
Okay. Can I ask a quick question on the fifth category there? Are we actually not supposed to pick that?
You are not allowed to ask a question about the fifth category. No questions allowed. No questions allowed. We're going on forward. Desirux, pick your category and your amount.
ID's 400.
It's 400. Original ID originated from a famous steam train.
Oh man, I've already lost this. Who?
Hold on, let me think.
Steam train.
Is it choose?
Congratulations!
Let's go!
Original
That's
ID.
not fair.
How is that not fair? The IGN literally sounds like it. The original one was
Choose.
choose.
Yeah.
There we go. All right, Josie, you get to pick next.
All right, let's do IDs 500.
Oh, yeah. Desirux just gets 500 points because I'm rigging the game.
What?
Sorry, bud.
What? I can't believe I just gave you that.
I'll let you pick the
That's
next one,
brutal.
though, Joshi. I'll let you keep going along. I promise that's the only Desirux buff out there, okay?
Okay. Let's do player tweets 500.
All right. And I'll say, for anyone who can't quite see, the little caption is woo.
Who is Breezy?
Huh.
Congratulations. Let's
Okay,
go.
okay.
Let's go. All right, Desirux, you get to pick
Okay.
next.
All right. Let's do favorite champions for 300.
Which one for 300?
Favorite champions 300.
Favorite champions 300. Triple has 2 listed favorites, blank and blank. You have to get both of them.
Ooh. I think I know what one of them is.
I think I know what one is. I don't know what the other. I'm pretty sure we're thinking the same thing.
Okay. Is it... I'm gonna guess Ari and LeBlanc.
All right, let's see.
He didn't say who
Dang,
is. He didn't say who
what?
is.
Hey, we're not going with the who
They're
is.
not even right?
Yeah, you got nothing right. You got nothing right here, bud. All right.
What? But he plays so much Ari. He's played like no Victor.
I'm sorry. I'm going off of their pages, okay? Desirux, you get to pick next.
Twitch emotes 500.
All right.
Who is Acadian?
Hey, yo!
That face.
It's so good. It's so good. All right. Desrex, you get to pick again.
I am
getting
on
rocked.
fire right now.
You
Don't
are.
pick this 500. No, I'm joking. Favorite champions 500.
Favorite champions 500. All right. Oh, my favorite.
Oh, who's Seraphine?
Hey yo.
Let's
Good
go.
stuff. Good stuff. A little freebie. Testing if you two know me.
Yeah. No. I've learned way too much about Sierra over the past 24 hours.
What does
So
that mean? What does that mean?
you know exactly what it meant.
Oh my goodness. All right. For
How's the
anyone,
rugby going?
yeah, for anyone, little context so it doesn't sound creepy. I challenged Yoshi to try and find my address on the internet. He could not. But
I could not. I tried.
yeah. All right.
Apparently, Canada's not a real place.
Hey, yeah. Sorry,
Uh,
bud. All right, Joshi,
Let's
pick a
go.
category.
Let's go. Player tweets 400.
Their tweets 400. All right. Lost a Champions 2 game from internet going out, but at least I took out some spiders in the house with the boys.
With the boys. That reads like something. That reads like something like Concept would say.
All right. Sig concept. Let's see.
I'm gonna say Concept.
All right, pulling it up.
Ray.
Well, Joshi already said it and said it wrong and said it was Jenkins. So,
Oh.
yeah, Desert's at least answering
It should
slow,
have been. Yeah, we should have known that, Josh. Both of us actually.
slowly but surely wins the race, I guess. All right, Desert, you get to pick next.
Let's go. I'm loving the player tweets category. I'm gonna eat all that up. 300.
All right.
What?
Yeah, no context.
It's a good
given.
tweet, but like, what?
I want to know if you're following your players on socials, okay?
Who is Jenkins again?
Sorry.
Oh!
You got to be more on Twitter, man. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
All
Maybe
right.
if I just let Eric guess wrong, I will win.
That is a strategy, that's for sure. Joshi,
That
you
is
get
true.
to pick the category next, though.
All right, let's do favorite champs for 4.
All right. Here you go. Player's known for one of his favorites, but what is his other favorite champion?
What is this question? Huh?
Who's Thresh?
Hey, yo! What do you mean,
Oh.
what's this question, Yoshi? Deserx knows exactly what I'm talking about. Come on. Come on.
This is so vague.
I know. Hey, that's a 400 point question. It's not supposed to be specific. All right, Deserx, you get to pick next.
Oh, player
Okay,
tweets
okay,
200.
okay.
All right. Which one, Deserx?
Player tweets 200.
All right, get through these player tweets. All right. Here we go. Do you think you're attractive? Genuinely interested. Retweeted, of course. And all my friends are too. Very wholesome.
Aww. Who's wholesome?
Acadian's wholesome.
Is that your
Acadian's
answer,
wholesome.
Joshi?
Yes.
That is your answer. All right. Let's go back. Let's reveal. There you go.
Yeah, let's go.
Nice. That's real nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah,
Just
he's a wholesome boy.
couple questions
right.
left before we have to head back to the desk. Joshi, let's go.
ID's 300.
These 300. Player's ID mostly unchanged, just taking a couple letters away.
Who is Concept?
No, who is Jenkins?
Both wrong, but
What?
Deserts is wrong first. Breezy had a couple more Y's. in
Okay,
that
he was
ID.
in Concept of X.
Oh.
All right.
Okay, yeah, and Jenkins used to be Bob Jenkins, so okay.
I said just take a
Understandable.
couple letters, so that's it. All right. It's a
Yeah,
little
alright. I
specific.
understand it though, because it's Brendan Keezy. Breezy. Pretty good
All right.
name.
All right, Joshi, pick a category.
IDs
Three
2.
more. IDs 2. All right. ID based off a menu item at a popular fast food restaurant.
Uh-oh.
Oh!
Who is Triple? Who's Triple? Who's Triple?
Let's go. I like the light bulb moment going off the exact same time for both of you. Good.
Yeah, it's a burger, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's McDonald's.
Burger.
I can't
Yep.
believe him, man. I can't believe him.
All right, 2 more. We'll get one from each of you to be fair. Desrex, we'll start with you.
Player tweets 100.
All right. Your ability patch feels very refreshing. A little sad that we'll most likely continue to not see assassins in pro play.
I'm lost.
Josh, you got an answer? Not.
I don't know. I got nothing.
You
I
got
got
nothing? All right. And this was the easy one. It was Rose Thorn.
Oh.
All right, no points.
Yeah, that one
taken,
kind of
no
checks
points
out.
Lost.
That checks
Yep.
out.
All right, last one, Joshi. Make it count.
All right, let's do Twitch emotes for 4.
Twitch emos for 4. All right.
Acadian. I'm gonna guess it's Acadian.
All right, it is in fact Acadian.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
They aren't, but fun fact, the last 3 were, and it's funny because for 500, I said Acadian again, LOL, and nobody seemed to really pick up on that.
That's why I guessed it actually.
Alright,
I had no idea, but I love the emotes. It kind of looks like a Mac, like the LCO host. So respect.
I was more about that Acadian Pog. That was pretty good.
That was a good emote. There's a couple clean ones, but also to our players out there, upload more emotes because I had to put Acadian 3 times up there. I know that you guys have some good art, so I just want to see it. Just throwing that out
Yeah,
there.
Insanity. I know you did that
Beam
BMA
on.
recently.
Beam on.
There you go. But switching things back up to the game, I mean, that was a great win coming out from CLG to start off this series. What are we expecting going into this second game? Joshi, what are we
Honestly,
thinking?
more of the same in a lot of
Same?
ways,
Okay.
right? Like we saw that Luger was looking really, really good now that he's kind of found his footing on the Lucian Nami. If he's going to be on something that has a lot more agency in the game, it's going to be something where CLG has a lot more control. So I can't imagine the Lucian is going to be coming through, but now that Luger understands what his role can be for this roster, I think we are going to see a lot more pressure coming through from him.
And I would have to say, I was thoroughly impressed by Rosethorn in that one. His ability to track exactly where Acadian was going to make sure he wasn't gonna get any of those major flanks. And of course, he had a major impact on a lot of those fights to get those resets and get those team fight wins.
We'll have to see if it's going to be more of the same or if we're going to see something switch up a little bit as Champ Select is ready. Have fun, you two. I'll catch up later.
Bye,
Sierra.
Bye.
Just gotta make that a thing, man.
Oh, we're just
Constantly
right
waiting
there.
for
There we
it.
go.
Yeah, we're just right there. All right, CLG Academy versus Golden Guardians Academy. I mean, do you have any expectations for this switch up in the draft? Because I don't feel like it's much to be had in this one. I know we're still in an experimenting phase, so what do you see coming?
I mean, the biggest thing is Wukong is likely going to be going over to the other team if it gets through the ban phase at all, right? Like, CLG has to be able to play this. Every single person has to be able to play Wukong. Otherwise, it's just, you're leaving free wins on the table. You're leaving free champions on the table for the other side of the map. And Golden Guardians, by not banning Gwen nor Wukong, will guarantee that they get at least one of the champions that is considered, like, super S tier for competitive play at this point.
And they are banning away the Kennen this time, but we've seen Jenkins and how he's performed on this Kennen, at least this year. It hasn't been too good. Shades of what he's done in previous years.
And it's only one game, you know.
He's had 3 games in the spring split where he didn't win one.
Okay,
So
that's fair. That's
it's
fair.
4
Oh, it's
total
the
now.
Gwen.
So it's the Gwen
Yeah.
banned away. That does leave the Kennen up, but it also leaves Lucian up. It also leaves the Wukong up if Golden Guardians want to respond to that one. But Lucian grabbed by CLG again.
Wow. They're just giving the Wukong away. That is bold. So
Yeah.
I knew I was saying that Luger was going to try and take control of the game. I didn't think it would be this heavy a priority for them. Now, this is a character that you can flex throughout the different roles, right? Luger can play it, Triple can play it, Jenkins should be able to play it as well, but we saw so much success on it. I wasn't expecting them to pick it up right now, and I wasn't even expecting to get through the ban phase, especially giving over the Monkey King to the side of Golden Guardians Academy. But if they didn't win with it the first time, you know,
Yeah.
I guess, like, you kind of weigh your bets and just like, yeah, we had so much success, we don't care, we'll run it back.
Yeah, it's a gambit of confidence, realizing that you got the results that you did when you're able to track Acadian on this Wukong. You do not feel threatened by it. Rosethorn was fantastic on the Viego last time. Now, Golden Guardians are going to grab the Callista, so getting that early damage coming out that you can do with the Ren, that burst of damage over to Golden Guardians Academy CLG, they're still staking with the same thing that we saw before, tried and true. It's the Viego. Of course, you got to pair the Nami with that Lucian.
And I'm expecting Renata to come through here, right? The same first 3 picks on both sides of the map. Golden Guardians and CLG just willing to run it back on the other side. So the other things that we're going to have to pay attention to is what the mid lane bans are going to be like. Because with the same core on both sides of the map, the same bot lane plus jungle, you do have to figure out where you want to go. And the one thing that Golden Guardians has as an advantage with the exact same draft is the Wukong. They can decide at the very end whether or not they want Concept to play it or Acadian to play it.
Yeah, you got a lot of flexibility with that, as the first ban is going to go towards that mid lane, trying to target out Triple onto this one. We did see that the Azir was played last time by Triple. I think the success was a little bit mixed on that one. Until we started to get the impact of what happens when Rosethorn joins the lane. Well, that really does shake things up in the grand scheme, but still waiting for more bans to come through as the solo lanes in the air for Golden Guardians Academy.
Yeah, and I feel like Rosethorn jumped off to a really strong early lead, right? Like something that we shouldn't be expecting in terms of like more of the same. He just did so well. He got 2 kills just right off the bat, and then he kind of was just able to snowball a little bit further. So we shouldn't be expecting CLG to have that level of success right away, but the fact that Lucian Nami was in such total control of the bottom lane and Rosethorn was able to support them, that's something that I can expect to continue seeing coming through at this point. But Golden Guardians, they take the Swain off the table, a champion that has had murmurings of how strong it could potentially be, but this time with all the short range characters that Golden Guardians have already picked up, potentially even stronger than it would normally be.
GP slipped through the cracks on this one, so it's going to be grabbed up by Golden Guardians Academy. This does enable a level of counter pick to come out of CLG as they have their next 2.
I mean, they also have the Lucian, right? They could just throw that top lane. The Nami doesn't have to go with the Lucian. There's a lot of options, but I feel like this is a bit of a chicken coming through from side of Golden Guardians. They are prioritizing giving Choose counter pick over giving it to Concept, right? After having seen the fact that they are already picking up the game Blink now, and with the Twisted Fate coming through for Triple, it doesn't necessarily have the range to play into everything, but oh my gosh. Okay, slightly less exciting, but still a good champion. We know Jenkins had a decent game last time around, but this time he's going to be playing at a very different range. He fulfills a very different role in this team. Now he is, in fact, primary frontline the entire time. You're not going to have Triple really going in for the big Shuriken shuffle. You're not going to have the same kind of large amounts of crowd control to set up for your team. And Choose is going to be going right on back to the victor that he's played multiple times so far this season.
I was just curious at how often that this pick has been played by Triple, the Twisted Fate. Did get some good playtime on it in spring season, played it in 3 games, and in every game he won it. Looked pretty good, had an awesome KDA, average KDA of those 3 games is 7.5. Yeah. So yeah, this is a good champ to get onto Triple, especially if he wants to influence these very aggressive lanes.
Yeah, and it's very good to gank for it too, right? Rosethorn can come in relatively early on and just wait for the gold card. You get the guaranteed stun immediately after that. And so you can put a lot of pressure onto Choose. You can put a lot of pressure onto the side lanes. The only thing that you have to be careful of is like there's the orange for Concept that you can use to get out of the crowd control. And of course, after level 6, Array also has his ultimate to pull Chime out of any bit of trouble. So even though they have a lot of tools available, they don't have a huge window where they're going to be super strong with it. And so I feel like CLG Academy, they're putting themselves in a position where they have all of the agency, but they now need to prove that it is on them, that they are capable of using that decision-making power to actually find some wins.
Now, with the bot lane salty run back, I am going to be watching down there a lot. Array and Chime looked pretty good in the grand scheme of things. You got to keep in mind, Array had 10 kills at the end of that game, so was still a pretty good point of contention for Golden Guardians to play around.
Yeah, he was getting a lot of last hits, that's for sure. I feel like a lot of the play actually came from like Concept, actually enabling a lot of the picks onto Luger, right? He got the first headbutt in the bottom side of the map as he was transitioning to bottom lane. He got another one in the mid lane. And you know, when you're playing this Kalista, you're really good at last hitting because you just you pull the spears out and suddenly you do a ton of damage. So this is a situation where Array, he might be able to recreate that, but he doesn't necessarily have the same kind of setup for the rest of the team. It's much more focused on how Array plays this game than on whether or not other people can get things ready to go for him.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one to hit the Rift, to see that throwback, to see that salty run back in the bottom lane, and to see how these solo lanes will affect that bottom lane. One of the things I've noticed is we haven't seen too much play going towards the top side. Rosethorn had tried it in the previous day, and we saw it was not really that good. The more focus that we've been seeing in the bot lane to try and turn on those bot laners, especially when you have bot laners like the ones who are presented in this game, it seems to be the key of success for a lot of these games.
Yeah, we know that Doko was very good at calling Rosethorn up towards the top side of the map, making sure that he had the ability to actually get the laning advantages, but Jenkins is not the same kind of player, right? We highlighted this earlier. Jenkins likes to play for the mid game, whereas Doko was a big laning bully. And so with that change in the way that the top laners play, I wasn't necessarily expecting Rosethorn to spend as much time top lane, but we'll see what happens.
All right, so we're ready to hit the rift right now. Golden Guardians Academy looking to take it back to CLG Academy after that first loss. Can they make this a tie? We'll find out right now. So landing onto the rift. As I said, I'm still curious about these bottom lanes. It's been dragging my eyes down there time and time again, and it's been dragging 5 teammates down there on these little early semi-invades to just get positioning on that alcove.
Yeah, this is the second time that CLG has sent 5 members down there, and I believe the second time that Golden Guardians is mostly just fans trying to make sure that nothing really happens at level 1, make sure they have vision of all the ways that you can get onto their side of the map. And, you know, for Golden Guardians who don't need to increase the variance in these kind of games, they should be very happy to do that kind of thing. But as they move into the mid game, when Gangplank finishes the, you know, whatever sheen item he chooses to go for, when Choose has the full item completion, has his laser upgraded, that's when they can really come online and have a ton of space control. And that's the thing that CLG is going to have to try and upset. And so the players that look at that in order to make sure that they can get through all the, you know, the barrels and the gravity fields, it's going to be on Rosethorn, actually, a player who we've mostly looked at for his early games, not necessarily his ability to find flanks later on.
I think it needs a lot of to bring a lot for the mid lane to try and free up where Triple's going to go, because Choose on this Victor, you know, there is some pretty decent wave clear that you have on it with that laser. Being able to hit both the front and back wave every time, especially when you get the upgrade on top of it. So shoving in that wave for Choose, definitely something to go for, because you don't want that Twisted Fate to get out.
So I start to move around a little bit more. I mean, both junglers are clearing from the top side towards the bottom side. Remember that Rosethorn went for an unusual route. Red Raptor's Gromp into bottom lane. He's going to be doing something fairly similar. He doesn't get spotted out by that ward, so he's going red, blue, Gromp, and he will be down here on the bottom side at a very similar timing window. But Luger and Breezy don't have the same kind of control as they have previously.
And we saw what happens when these two junglers meet in the early game. It's easy for Viego to just take whatever he wants in front of the face of the Wukong. Acadian, not going to be too happy about the scuttle situation in the early stages of this game. Chime walks out, but only to ward, and a good time as Rosethorn waits in that tri-bush.
Looking for an opportunity. We do see 3 camps, the same path from Acadian coming down as the Rosethorn took the first time. So he is here. Ooh, Handshake barely misses out, but Acadian looking for the first gank.
Stalking his prey, hiding his time, just waiting in the brush. But it's very hard to get Luger and Breezy to take these exchanges unless they're ready to full commit onto them. In that case, Acadian's got to be fast.
Yeah, and Acadian, he does this more than any jungler I've seen so far in Academy. He will just sit in bushes and wait for things to potentially look like a good situation. I know Chad was another player that did that fairly consistently, but Acadian is kind of taking it to a new level at this point, and it really means that he is very committed to making these kinds of things work, and unfortunately, because I'm noticing it because it's happening so often, it means that they're not working as often as he would like them to.
He wants to play on this bot side, but too common it's been for junglers to head down here, especially early. So the smelling of this gank for CLG, knowing that Acadian is in that direction, but it goes both ways, really. Not far off is Rosethorn, who just took his recall, actually got his reset, so not actually going to be there. But for once, we don't really have that hard skirmish. We don't have that hard fight coming out of the bot lane. Finally got something a tiny bit more passive.
Yep. So Luger and Breezy, because they are sticking around, they will get this in. It will be a lot harder for Array to kind of get a lot of that farm, but this is pretty good. You're noticing that CLG are getting both of their backs off at the same time, about 30 seconds before the dragon actually spawns, so they will be as strong as possible if they do choose to try and contest it. And Triple, being level 5, will have access to his ultimate rather soon, and he wants to make sure he can get either like a lost chapter or some boots in order to make sure he can get as many ultimates off as possible.
So early stages of this game, Rosethorn is now headed towards his top side. You're going to have Acadian towards his top side. So I want to see what's going to happen when we start getting jungle influence over here. Acadian is now looking to get that onto Jenkins to try and get concept going. A few kills on this gameplay could mean a lot. Jenkins, the long road to run, still has his flash, will burn it to get away from Acadian. Not able to get that
Whoa.
final shot in, but now Jenkins looking to return fire. Good amount of damage onto Concept. He has 300 health. Concept only have 100. Rosethorn is here, and Jenkins is down. Rosethorn will still be able to get some vengeance in the kill. It's actually Jenkins who picks up that kill thanks to the tower.
Yeah, that solo kill going through means that Jenkins gets a lot of EXP, but something we didn't notice while we were waiting for the scoreboard to update was this bottom lane advantage going over to Luger and Breezy. They don't have the kills, but they have several waves in advantage already. We said that we shouldn't expect them to get the same kind of explosive start, but this is a very small passive start that will help out.
Oh, Breezy tried to flash in. Unfortunate. He was trying to get the Ignite onto a raid to finish him off that way, maybe an auto attack on top of it, but was not in range. Damn unlucky.
He tries, and that would have really put them in an unassailable position for quite a while. But Triple is level 6. He knows that there's a lot of pressure bottom lane. In Concept, he can't even farm this big wave. Jenkins not letting him walk up, at least denying a bit of experience and gold. But this is 2 lanes now that CLG are hard winning.
Just 6 minutes into this, already like a 1k gold lead, and looking to expand that with his dive on to a raid. Is level 6 times to the Destiny Gate of Triple on the table, and he uses it well for the first ult.
Nice. Yeah, he even gets out there as well, recognizing that Array has the cleanse. He just gets the extra auto attack coming through, and the fact that he only takes 1 turret shot means that he does not go down to Acadian, he does not go down to Array, and finding these small advantages helps not only Triple, who's now getting this first kill, he's now getting onto the board, and as you said, with 100% win rate on Twisted Fate, now can affect the map, but also that Luger is able to deny more CS, he's able to prevent Array from farming.
Right there, it works in conjunction. Considering that Array, you know, it's an auto attack based champion that you're on this Callista, whereas you can get a lot of burst coming out of Illusion in a very short amount of time. You get those items stacking, and Array has a lot of trouble he has to think about when it comes to the short term of a lot of these fights against Breezy and Luger.
Yeah. Well, let's not underestimate just how much burst a Callista can really have when you do have Chime, when you have other people who can set up for you. That Q actually does a lot of damage. Like, you can get it up to, you know, 300-400 damage if you have enough AD. And so, while we do have this big burst combo coming out from Luger, it's not like Array can't trade back a lot of the time. But as we do see a bit more pressure coming down on the bottom side of the map because they are preventing Array and Chime from walking into lane, because Breezy, the more lane focused of the two, as we previously said, is controlling the lane. We're not necessarily seeing Chime roam out as much. It's the same kind of lane-focused character for Chime, but I almost wonder if this is a situation where they would have preferred having a tanky engage support able to move around and affect choosing Concept.
Tanky engage support like Chime's played on the Thresh many times in the past. Wouldn't be the worst thing to have, you know, as focusing up here is going to be Acadian, but nope, not going to take it for now. But yeah, I do want to look back into that bot lane and Chime being on that Renata, because Chime has had a history of quite a few being a really good engager for a squad. You know, I talked about the Thresh earlier and how that's basically his bread and butter champion, not really the Bard, but we remember before last year where he was really proficient on the Rel and getting these very breakneck engages.
Yeah, and he had a really good recon as well during Proving Ground, so we know that he's got a lot of things that he can play. But Acadian coming down once again, this is his 3rd visit.
And coming down, and it goes unnoticed. Acadian tries to get close, but the tidal wave of Breezy stops him.
Yeah, good stuff coming out from CLG to make sure that they don't succumb to the pressure, but they gotta be a little bit frustrated. They wanted to get that wave in, and so now Array and Chime can threaten to freeze, and it's gonna take some pressure from someone else to make sure that they can actually get that wave under. So Rosethorn immediately moving down, and he's got a CS lead as well. Jenkins is ahead, Rosethorn's ahead, Triple is the, you know, he's basically, even just 1, right? But it's still a small situation where CLG are winning.
On top of that, a drag now picked up by Golden Guardians. So CLG still winning nonetheless, but Golden Guardians are able to get a neutral off of that. It is going to be the Hex Drake, but it's not going to be enough right now. I'm watching for Triple. He has his Destiny Gate available, and he's already walking out of lane and headed towards the bot side, getting some deep vision in, but not committing just yet. It's all about shoving a wave, clear it out, and then look around for what lane is just a little bit too extended.
Yeah, and he knows he can't really go top lane, right? As long as oranges are available, it's hard for Triple to walk towards the top lane. So he just kind of hovers in Fog of War on the bottom side of the map, and that's one of the things that you have to pay attention to is how well Twisted Fates abuse the fact that they have the ability to move anywhere that they want almost instantly. And as the wave is now pushing towards Luger and Breezy, this is a prime position for Rosethorn to gank, for Triple to gank.
Both
And they don't
junglers
see Twisted Fate.
have been trying so hard to get ganks down here. Bubble goes out. It forces Array to flash. They are aware that Rosethorn is in this area, so you already see the movement coming out of Choose and Acadian.
Yeah, I mean, and finally Triple shows back in the mid lane, right? He knows that he can just dip into Fog of War, and as long as they don't see him, they have to respect that he could be anywhere.
Ooh, there's the handshake hostile takeover. It still results in Breezy running away, but the Rend, too much damage. Breezy goes down. Yeah, you talked about the burst. With that setup, it is big, Josh.
And they finally kind of undermine a lot of the advantages that Luger was building up. 30 CS in the lead, but now largely undone because Luger never got that kill. It's a lot of money going over to Array and Chime. And Acadian is here too.
Pops the ultimate to get Chime in, looking for the handshake, gonna pull him right back on Array with a spear in the back, will put down Luger.
There we go. Good stuff coming out from Golden Guardian's bottom lane. And they need to make sure that they can take these fights because Callista isn't the best thing later on in the game, but Concept getting caught out.
Well aware that there are members all around him. Destiny Gate, Rosethorn, show up, get the kill, and put the attention towards this top side. The response from Golden Guardians was that bottom side earlier, so CLG collecting plates for Jenkins, who's definitely cashing in and doing well in this lane against Concept.
Yeah, and now that we have Array getting these 2 kills, we said that this was enough for him to kind of be the main character of last game, but that didn't necessarily turn out to be true. Now, it's going to be the Callista versus the Twisted Fate in a lot of ways, right? The Callista is the strongest member.
Cyclone coming out, looking to get onto Rosethorn. Chime is there to back up, so is Choose. Puts down the laser, the ultimate will tick away. Rosethorn's still alive, though. Rosethorn's walking out. He escapes, my god.
Okay, and good stuff from Triple. He's got a lot of pressure. Careful of this gold card.
Ooh, gets caught by it. The chain of CC. Pristine. It's going to get a kill into the pocket of Triple as Cadian tries to return it. The handshake gets a stun onto Breezy, shoving Triple in that direction. But Triple will be heard as he shoves this way forward into the tower.
Yeah, Triple is so good at just walking up and daring people to hit him back. Now as he does it, he's going to be throwing blue cards. Jenkins is here. They have a lot of control. This is a potential dive after the turret goes down.
Turret low. They have now spotted out Jenkins, and there is the gold card. Rosethorn grabs the kill. Only one more plate to go down. You're not really going to be able to grab this tower as the plates have all gone down without with that Shelly charge all at once, putting up those defenses. Now the teleport coming out from Choose to try and protect this mid lane. You see Jenkins just snooping around. But yeah, as you were saying, Triple, he's willing to throw down with anyone, Josh. The moment you get too close, he will bring out that gold card, and he flicks that gold card pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good Twisted Fate play, right? He understands how much damage he can do. He understands how much damage he can take. And now that he's got so many kills on the side of CLG, I want to see him really use it to prevent Array from playing. I want to prevent Array from ever really taking off further. Yes, he's down 30 CS, but he's got 2 kills. He's got a completed item before Luger does. And when you have that point-and-click crowd control, that's one of the things that is so difficult for this Callista to play against. We said that it was going to be difficult. You have the slows coming through from Jenkins. You have a point-and-click stun. You have a lot of follow-up crowd control for the side of CLG to lock down Array, and he's strong now. He needs to make sure he plays patient. Remember how we were praising Luger last game for making sure that he didn't walk up, he didn't give opportunities for the shutdown to go through, well, until he started doing it. But, you know, at least he did it well for the first part of the game.
Now Golden Guardians have the inside track on this Dragon. It spawns in the next 15 seconds. You can see keeping Chime and Acadian over there. Walking towards that choke point right there can be oh so deadly when there's a Renata on the table. You can see all that vision established by Array, putting out those little ghouls, and Dragon soon to be leashed out of Golden Guardians Academy. Too slow is CLG to get a foot in. They're going to have to come in a little bit awkwardly here and kind of chase out Golden Guardians, culminating on this bot side.
Yep. Where does he choose to use the ultimate? No, that is the Destiny timing out. So looking for a potential opportunity. There's no Jenkins here. What do they do?
Blue Chime with the hostile takeover. Able to land it onto 2. It gets 1 kill for Breezy. Cannon Barrage goes out and Golden Guardians start the chase. Jenkins trying to swipe them away, saying Dissuade is going to be enough. CLG back up. Golden Guardians with position on the Drake. Choose just trying to zone.
They get the kill on a second dragon, probably, unless Rosethorn has some crazy things to say. Nope, but they lose the top lane turret. A little bit more of the map opens up for the side of CLG. Jenkins spent more time top lane, and it meant that concept ends up giving more. Oh, they find Array!
Jenkins just waiting in that bush for so long. Array, I feel so bad for him. Picking up that kill off of just waiting
That's
there
a tilter.
for his prey to walk up to him.
God, he's so tilted. I'd be so tilted if I was Array,
What are
right?
you doing
just
there?
sit there.
Why didn't you
What?
recall?
Why are you still here? Go home! There's waves elsewhere. But then you look top and it's like, oh, I guess there's not. Concept hasn't actually pushed it back out yet. Okay, well, fine, but I'm still not happy about it.
Still a little angry about it.
Still Will Angie, okay, but Luger, also Will Angie, he's died at least once, and now he's going to be doing a lot of damage to the structure, because remember that whole conversation we're having about, like, Surdy, like, not, the rest of his team not having pressure at the right time? There's no other pressure for Golden Guardians to exert, because they're back in their base. Luger is very happy to get any free damage down that he can, and so the players on CLG that we were looking at last game are not the ones that we're caring about nearly as much this game. It was all about Luger and Rosethorn. But now it's Jenkins and Triple who have all the money for CLG. They're the ones who need to be in control, whereas on Golden Guardians, it's still Array once again.
And that combo with the Everfrost gold card locks down Shoes. Golden, he goes. Dodges the ultimate. Returns fire. Canyon over the wall. Finds a double.
Okay, Acadian immediately making a case for why he should be the main character of this game. He finds the double kill. He keeps Choose alive, and now Jenkins wants to tussle.
Oh, here comes Acadian. He's got some buffs to work with here to bring some extra damage and make sure those cooldowns are hot. Now Jenkins tries to get away, but Acadian's bringing a lot of damage. World Ender has been popped in. Acadian's realizing Monkey wants nothing to do with this man. Rolls over to the scuttle, lucky positioning to be, and takes the scuttle as well. A stylish exit for Acadian.
Yeah, good job from Acadian. I mean, that's one of the big things about the Monkey, right? You have so much control over when you actually take fights. He just chooses to leave and walk away. So, good stuff from him there, just getting the ultimate out of Jenkins. But there's not a whole lot for them to fight over at the moment. The Rift Herald is available, but it is an ocean map at this point. There's lots of bushes, there's lots of ways to find these little flanking positions, and that was something Jenkins was so good at when he was playing for Team Liquid Academy.
Yeah, there's lots of places for Jenkins to hide, right? As Luger onto Array, sees him isolated without Chime, knocks him to a third of his health, and then jumps right back in, forces the payback. Array's going for it, but can't get the kill fast enough. Bubble misses, Cannon Barrage goes out. Luger, so low. Acadian looking to clean this up. Janitorial duty, can he find it in time under the tower? Is Luger, jumps right on in. Acadian gets that kill, but he had to dodge the bubble, forcing him to double into the tower and go down. Now the Destiny Gate out of Triple to turn this in favor of CLG. One more gold card to seal the deal, taking down Chime.
Man, Luger is absolutely crazy. Just continue going. Oh no, Choose. Choose.
Oh no. Took the wrong train, wrong destination. Now he's found Rosethorn. Now he's in CLG country. It's another kill for Rosethorn.
Yeah, Choose has been having a rough start to the season, but I mean, he's a coach, right? He's not the player that is going to be end up playing for this roster. So we can forgive him a little bit, but Jenkins.
The World Ender. So much healing comes out from that ultimate, and Concept, you gotta respect it, man. You don't have a lead like Jenkins has. He's destroyed that tower, he's taking plates, and he's taking names, and so are the rest of CLG. Pressure in the bot, pressure in the top, pressure everywhere.
Even though it's not like the same kind of overbearing pressure that something like Team Liquid is able to put out, it feels like CLG is playing a much more controlled game this time, and I think that has to do with who actually has their money, right? When Rosethorn is really powerful, he loves these slightly more chaotic games. When Luger is really powerful, he's able to make a lot of plays happen. He's just going to challenge people all over the map. But Jenkins and Triple, they've always been much more controlled players. They're looking for these opportunities to pick people off and prevent any opportunity for counterplay. And so when we have this slower style of game, it really benefits a lot of the way that several members on CLG like to play, especially with the Dragon coming up.
Dragon coming up now, so the pressure being applied out of CLG. That tower
Look at the jittering.
so low. Trying to jump in onto it. You can see right now, Golden Guardians, they don't want to deal with that. They want to make sure they get some sort of agency towards this Drake, but it is so hard with the pressure CLG are applying.
Yeah.
Very common control. Chime now completely isolated, caught out. The Everfrost goes in. And oh, it works in tandem with the Callista ultimate to pull him out while he's golden.
Yeah. I really want to praise Luger, though, for being, like, kind of a master of what I've been calling the jitter, right? Like, where you just move back and forth. It's like, oh, am I going to hit you? Am I not going to hit you? You have to pay attention. And so, like, both sides will just move back and forth and triple.
Destiny Gate onto Acadian. Backup is arriving, though, out of Golden Guardians as they're going to re-engage onto Triple. Triple realizing this is a rough route. He will flash over. Choose gets the laser onto him as a gold card follows through on the Choose. Triple's going to be A-okay.
But that's still so much pressure in the mid lane right there. The inside track, Rosethorn's going to clear out some vision. Luger should be able to take this down. Can Choose even get back to the turret? Oh, the hostile takeover!
On to 3, eliminates Breezy. Luger tries to get away, but Golden Guardians chase him down. Rosethorn and Jenkins waiting on the wings. A big play out of Golden Guardians as they pick up the bot lane of CLG.
Yeah, I don't think that's one I've really seen before, right? The over the wall, you kind of ignore how slow the startup for that ability is because they can't see your animation for it. Good stuff, and they're going to try and pick up the Baron with this because the bottom lane is dead, but Jenkins is here. Triple is here. This is still something they can try and play.
Going for it right now. Triple trying to make it come together. Jenkins over the wall. It's a 3-man defense coming out from CLG as they try and stop Golden Guardians for going after this Baron. And it is working. How low Golden Guardians are getting. They don't want to risk this right now, but pressing the momentum. Jenkins comes in from the bush and slams down on the Golden Guardians. Can't finish off Choose in time. And now here come Golden Guardians. They're able to escape. They're able to be okay, but they got pushed right off the Baron by CLG.
Oh, man, CLG coming up big. Jenkins staying alive after going for that Mondo flank. We said he was going to be looking for all these flanks, and now that Golden Guardians are the one retreating, CLG feel confident enough to just try and take the Baron right now, just using this small timing window, and Acadian on his back. There's no way the Golden Guardians can get here in time. Great stuff from CLG, recognizing the habits of their opponents and punishing them for it.
Goodness, never forget just how good Triple really is, but I gotta put that on the side right now because of that last fight that we had unfold right here. This is possible.
Yeah, it's so good, right? One of the big things about characters like Tahm Kench is because their windup is so slow, you know the ability is coming out. Same thing with the hostile takeover, right? You just see the champion stand still for a moment before it opens up, and then the ability comes out. But if you don't see that animation, you can't get ready for it.
Ooh, onto Array. There comes the payback. This is kind of sad right now. CLG Breezy will grab that one. Here comes the Cyclone out of Acadian. Used to try and escape, but you can't escape the grasp. CLG, or can you if you flash over a wall? It's going to cost you some extra resources, but CLG taking down the bot lane of Golden Guardians.
Yeah, and I love the build coming through from Jenkins. Definitely somebody who's played a lot of Aatrox. The Sorilda's Grudge coming out second, getting the slow to make it so much easier to land follow-up versions of the Q. If you can get the second and third Aatrox Q, you do so much more damage than if you just get the first one. And so Jenkins understanding everything he needs to do in these team fights. He understands he's the one who gets these fights started and needs to keep them going. Because otherwise, the rest of Golden Guardians can just back away and pick a better fight later.
Now focusing down into this bottom lane, and CLG have looked so good in this game number 2. With a lot of contention, a lot of fights they've been taking. We'll jump in for another one. Luger backing out Acadian, not going to go for it. He doesn't have the Cyclone, so a big ultimate down. Cannon Barrage still available. There's a lot of zoning tools for Golden Guardians to try and peel away CLG from this. But look at that. Luger jumping with the calling completely knocks Array back to the base.
Yeah, the Gale Force might have even killed him, and now CLG has total control.
Ooh, Rosethorn, a chunk of damage onto him. Jenkins now fighting over in the mid lane as a 1-4 comes out. Breezy. It's actually Luger right there with the shot. Breezy just getting the last hit. Another one down for Golden Guardians as they try and find a way into this. Acadian thinks he spots it. He's gonna hop in, gets gold carded by Triple. A chain of CC. Acadian can do nothing. CLG advancing into the base of Golden Guardians.
Yeah, and it's more of the same, just like we said, right? Luger's not making the same mistakes. He's not getting caught out, and so CLG playing a much more controlled game than they did last time. And Golden Guardians, they want to try and hold on for a little longer. They want to try and extend this game so that Gangplank and Victor can really take over the game. But I don't know how much more time they have left. They're going to have to just deal with everything that is now pushing into their base, and with another dragon spawning in 20 seconds, it is a long shot. Golden Guardians can never really hope for this Ocean Soul being their way out.
How good is Triple? The timing on this gold card to stop Acadian. On top of that, the layers of CC to follow it through.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much coming through from CLG. They have so much vision to play with. They know where people are, and as soon as the play comes through, you see the ultimate from Triple. You can't use your decoy to try and get away with it. He sees you right away. Destiny Gate right back into the rest of the team, and oh, Golden Guardians want to play this.
Oh, and this might be the bad play to make hostile takeover goes out, but it's going to do nothing. And
Jenkins.
Jenkins on the flank spots out the rest of the Golden Guardians, who are running too low, running for the heals. He can't escape Jenkins, who grabs the kill onto Array. Rosethorn takes down Acadian. CLG are just putting the final nails in the coffin to close out this series. Another shot on the juice to stop the teleport as a triple kill is picked up by Jenkins.
They're just going to be going mid and ending the game. 26:04 currently on the clock. Remember, the longer game Team Liquid took was 26:32 against this team. CLG on pace with that at this point. They are doing so well. And Triple, you know, there's Nexus turrets you can hit there too, buddy. Go get him. Go get him.
Get him, Triple. Go get him. You don't got to worry about it. He's like, oh, no, he's just trying to boost the numbers there for structures destroyed. But here it is. It is a good win coming out from CLG. Going golden one more time is Triple. As CLG just slowly chip away in a cheeky way at this Nexus. Trying to pat them KDAs, get a few extra kills. Jenkins, it's over. Jenkins, it's over. You don't want to take that death. You don't want to lose them stats, man. I got you on a fantasy team. This is not going to work out, but it's all right. Nexus is down. CLG take the game.
Never worried. CLG in firm control of the game, and we saw there's like hints of brilliance coming through from the side of Golden Guardians, right? Cowrie and not Cowrie, Array and Chime were having some pretty okay laning phases in the first game. They were kind of able to contest later on, but the fact that Array was still having these big moments on Callista in game 1, he had 10 kills, right? There's still hope for this team. They're still just waiting for the rest of their roster to come back in, and in the meantime, you know, when you're playing up against some of the best members that CLG can actually field, including their LCS players, it's exciting to see that they're just going to continue winning.
Man, I also want to put out that I kept talking about Triple through that because it was really blowing my mind how good he was at just snapping those gold cards at the right time. You know, it throws me back to shades of when he was on FlyQuest, the LCS, the first week he played, where he got 2 Player of the Game awards. You know, those performances, Triple looks so good. We are going to throw it over a short break so we can get an interview with one of the winners from CLG. Sierra will take that over, and we will be right back.
I can't be close to you, close to you, close to you, close to you. Close to you, close to you, close to you. Close to you, close to you, close to you. My walls are down, they've been burned to the ground by the voice of
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are here for our post-game interview, and we're going to be sitting down with Breezy, support for CLG. First off, congratulations on the wins. What was the big difference heading into today, since it wasn't quite the greatest result for you guys yesterday?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe it was just first game of the year. Maybe we weren't too ready. Maybe too much confidence coming from scrims. Maybe maybe it was a bit of a realization check, but just had more confidence today. Yeah, felt good.
All right, I'm glad, especially since, and I hate to bring it up, a little bit of a disappointing end for CLGA
Yeah.
and Proving Grounds. I know something that was felt by the team. So, what was happening in the off season to make sure that there was that confidence coming in? You mentioned scrims. Anything in particular you've been working on?
Well, our whole team and LCS, we all went to Korea for a month and boot camp there, so that was really cool. Able to practice solo queue, and I think a lot of us improved like mechanically and as a team, and it was good practice. So that was the main thing we did in off season, and a bit of a confidence boost too going into the season.
It sounds like fun, and I'm excited to
Yeah.
see that today out on the Rift. It certainly seemed to be paying off because those are some great victories. A couple of things though heading into the season, you don't quite have the full roster yet with Kevy and Meech still being MIA, but with Ugar and Rosethorn in as the subs, how has that been with playing with them?
It's been pretty nice. I mean, we haven't scrimmed at all with Luger, so we kind of just put him in there. We've been practicing with Meech, so we just kind of winged it on stage, and it's always easy playing with AD carry like Luger. He's pretty vocal. Obviously, he's one of the best AD carries here, so it's nice playing with him. It's also pretty fun. He's got quite a personality. Um, and then he's been doing well. He's been definitely pretty vocal and playing well in our games as well.
Well, the fact too that you've been able to just basically plug and play Luger into the equation, is there stuff that he's been able to teach you and the rest of the team as well, considering the experience that he's had?
Yeah, he's like I said, he's not scared to like talk in the game and make calls, so it's easy playing with him, and he's always just someone I can rely on. Like I just press my Nami on him, and he'll just go kill everyone, so it's nice.
That's awesome. And then heading into summer splits, is there anything in particular that you're still looking at improving on? Where are you wanting to make sure you get out of this summer split ahead of you?
Yeah, sure. So I think we're just focusing more on team play. I think last split and even this split, like I think we're kind of lane kingdoming every lane. So it's just translating like to the mid and late game. What we have to like work on there as a team, and if we can pull that off, which we should be able to anytime, then pretty confident going into Proving Grounds.
Okay. And then a bit more about
Yeah.
you. Is there anybody particularly in this scene, whether a player, an idol, anyone that you particularly look up to?
I mean, I think every support would say Core JJ as their inspiration. Just great player, great work ethic, and just overall great person. So I'll just have to say him. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And then final question before I let you go. Obviously, with disappointing things in the past, what particularly motivates you to get through that? Because sometimes the mental can really get you down.
Right, yeah, I mean that was definitely a huge wake up call because I don't think any of us expected to lose the way we did in Proving Ground. So I think a lot of us like spent time in the off season like reflecting, and we have a new energy now, and we're ready to prove ourselves. Yeah.
All right. Anything final to say out to the viewers at home watching?
Thank you, and we're gonna continue to Smurf.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Breezy, so much for sitting down and talking with me. I hope you get to relax for the rest of your
Yep.
day.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. As for us, headed back over to the desk saying hello again.